Alrighty, I'm pretty sure you can hear me at least somewhat well. Let me just move this a little closer, maybe turn this off, turn it back on, see if that helps a little bit. All right. Well, welcome in to Wheeler's Minis and another great episode of Mini Paint and Chill, where I mini paint and you chill. Before I get started today, a few quick things to get out of the way. If you aren't already following the channel, please do. If you are watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy the plethora of hours of content that I have. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, I would really appreciate it. I post 1 to 2 hour videos of me streaming for pretty consistently. So if that's something you're interested in, even if you're just going to put it in the background, I do try to put in some information about what I'm painting and how I'm painting it while I'm doing it. So hopefully it'll give you some info and knowledge. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, it'd be great. If you have the financial ability to, you can subscribe on my Twitch channel, Wheeler's Minis, or you can purchase something off my website, wheelersminis.com. Goodness gracious. Oh, follow me on all my socials at Wheeler's Minis on pretty much everything. Although I'm starting to kind of move over to like Blue Sky and Threads more consistently. I need to post some more stuff on Instagram because it's been a while since I've posted something. I had all of this content and then a bunch of stuff happened and now I don't have any content. But anyway, but yeah, other than that, if you have any questions, if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to comment them. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Or if you're watching on the stream, feel free to ask me a question in chat. I'll do my best to answer it in a timely manner. But I tend to get really absorbed and focused in on my work. So if that doesn't get answered right away, that's probably why. Also, I'm going to turn the music down just a tad. Should help out a little bit. All right. Yeah. Got any questions? Feel free to ask them in chat, like I said. And without further ado, we'll get into it. Today, I'm going to be doing a little bit more work on the character that I did work on Tuesday, as well as some other stuff. I've got some things I need to take care of. Got a commission here for some Cyberpunk minis. I'm still waiting to hear back from the person, so that way I can get started on those. So I'm probably going to hold off on that. But I do have some character models I can paint. We'll see if I want to kind of do a lot of work on her today or save it for another stream and just kind of get some basing done on a lot of models because, yeah. I hate doing base coats, but they're required, unfortunately. So we're going to do, as I talked about on Tuesday, we're doing a kind of Luna Moth themed idea. So I'm using this pastel seafoam, which is just a really nice color over this ivory. And then I'll probably go back over it with teal or a really light green to kind of solidify this color, just in case it doesn't come across quite as well, but it's looking like it's coming across decent with the color. We're going to do this first, and then we're going to let that dry and work on something else for a little bit, and then we may come back to her later, but yeah. And this is speed paint. You could use a contrast paint. This paint is just kind of exactly what the color I needed. So yeah, we're going to do that. The character in my home game is attributed with night, so I wanted to give her a very night inspired color theme, and it just turned out that Luna Moths had some of the colors I had already started putting on her, so that is what I went with. And so far I really like the color and the scheme. When we start getting into the detail work, though, that's going to be when a lot of the fun is had. got some fun ideas for her. She doesn't have to be done really anytime soon. I can definitely wait until after I get back from my honeymoon to finish her. But better to do the work now than feel like I have to do it when I come back. This kind of pale minty green is like really, really pretty. And I just like it. And still got a get a little hair, probably either from the brush or probably from the brush, but who knows. And as to not mess that up, I will now put her off to the side so it can dry. And then we can come back to that in the future. I did do some painting this morning. I also do need to start like getting the actual work done on our young, wonderful Tobias here. He's looking pretty good. He's gonna get more color once I start like, just don't know. I need to go back and look to see what colors I did on him. That way. But he's looking pretty good, so I might just leave him be for now. I started work on this lovely gentleman this morning. And I got a good base coat down, so what I might do is set him off to the side and start another character that doesn't need to be done now, but give me good character work. All of these made using Eldritch Foundry, which if you haven't checked out, you really should. They've got really, really cool stuff. All right, and then make sure that I have the things that I need. Go to good old Beyond. Go to characters. Diz. Double check to see what she has in her inventory. Got a nice half plate, which that's what she has on, so that's good. Didn't give her a cloak of protection or anything, so I think I'm just gonna do that, and then I do really wish I could have a keyboard. We have to start with light blue skin, hair, and eyes. Think constant breathe. Do you like the idea, though, that she is more stormy in her look. We're gonna do that. Would have just gonna get some good deep gray on here. Start off these like cloud pieces. Double check recently if anti-aliasing has been on these prints or not. Haven't been worried about it, but I should probably check that. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna do I think for her base tone for like her skin, we're gonna go with a one of the lighter of the desaturated pale grays, pale blue grays. My apologies. Because I think that that'll look cool, and it'll be a good base tone for her. But right now, I'm just taking Ironclad Gray, which is part of the new John Blanche Masterclass set that I picked up. That is just a in addition to the grays and blacks family, it's just a little bit darker than your deep gray. And because I use these colors quite a bit, I thought that it would be very fitting for me to pick them up, especially since some of the other colors that come in it are also colors that I use pretty consistently. Always funny to me. I was painting the guy this morning, and he's more of a villain character, but I was painting him with light colors, and I was like, well, this just makes sense because of what he is. And it really got me thinking into like color theory and how we're really like conditioned to think that like certain colors are attributed to evil versus like good. It just makes you think. Good, nice basis for a storm cloud. She's got a lot of interested in colors. I need to do things.
Just say a prayer for my city. Just say a prayer for my city. Believe in God to kneel down with me. Say a prayer for my city. Just say a prayer for my city. Say a prayer for my city. My granny house is gone, my sister house is gone. We done lost it all. All them childhood memories turn to ashes as they fall. Firefighters tried to help, but they can't come and save us all. And all the power lines is down, so when they been no one to call. Made me pray for rain. If they rebuild it, it won't be the same. No, this ain't what the fuck we meant when we asked for change.
There we go. I think we're gonna go with some blue to help reaffirm, because the guy that I painted earlier also has this blue on him, so because they're part of a group, I think it'd be a good color tie-in to have them all have some, at least some semblance of this color on them. Especially because I think I also used this on another character that I painted before. Just having this color present across all of the members of this group just help tie them together in a fun way. Again, not really worried about getting things in places they're not supposed to be at the moment. Always want to be careful, but you don't have to be perfect right now. Details come in, that's when you really want to focus on that. Wearing a glove, she doesn't really have any skin showing whatsoever besides her face. And then with her skin, start with wolf gray. We are base toned. Again, I'm just getting that bass tone down, plus I'm really shaky, so I can't really do much better than that at the moment. That'll be your skin tone. Just so we're not wasting any paint. The leather bits that she has on isn't much. I'll do those in a dark gray as well. I'm gonna bring that tone in again. It does have some exposed parts of her leg that are not metal and are just like breeches underneath. Yeah, I thought it would be. I do like that color for her skin tone though. And then we're gonna do there's gonna be more of a gray tinge. And I'll probably do a little bit of white more on the ears. Give her some of those like really pretty feathery ears. To help delineate them. Maybe mixed with a little bit of like that pale blue. I didn't really want her to have like stormy vibes to her, so that's why we're going with this gray for her hair. And we'll move it up. Maybe do a blue contrast paint or something to it. Help it kind of tie in with the rest. That's the beauty of this too, is like it can be a little bit messy because of the plan I have of how I want to paint her. So it's really well. Have her with hello. You're blonde.
Mm-hmm.
You're very pretty.
Do you like it?
I do. Did you get it in the or
Mhm.
okay. Okay. You look like comic accurate Black Cat or comic accurate Black Canary.
I wasn't going for either of those. I kind of just wanted a blonde wig. But I did think I could potentially do like if I changed the bangs and stuff like Sue Storm, from Marvel
Oh, yeah.
Rivals. But Black Cat is like my ultimate dream cosplay. So the fact that that's the first thing that you said makes me really happy.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
I love you.
You gotta be like my baby.
Yep. Love you. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking up something real quick because I swear that I painted her a very specific way. I may not have painted her, but I do want to see if those parts of her considered her skin. Are considered her skin. Okay, that's good to know. That means I will paint her accordingly. Which is also good, it just gives me more skin tone to work with. I also just like the way that this color looks. Saturated pale blues are some of my favorite colors. Okay. face.
Like a bicyclist. And I thrifted this shirt because it looks insane.
Yeah, that's definitely a biker shirt.
Yeah. But these are the docs I was talking about. I have to clean them because, like,
Those are pretty.
they're like the actual soft
Yeah.
leather.
That's
Are they
crazy.
good?
You got them for $15?
15.
I'm assuming you guys went to Apocalypse.
No, they got these at Goodwill.
Wow.
Yeah. If Apocalypse had these, you know they would do it.
Yeah, that's fair. I should have known. Okay, I love you. I also forgot to turn on the humidifier, although it's almost empty, so. Let's do a little bit so it doesn't use it too quickly. Alright, and then pretty much everything else is. She does have some leather bits on her, but I think I'm gonna stick with the gray leather for that, like the really deep gray leather. So. Excited for how she's gonna turn out because I really like the model that I made. I was building her on Eldritch Foundry, and I think it just looks really cool. I definitely put on. No vocals. I don't know why it's continuing to play them. Let me just redo that. Yeah, invincible colors. No, this is she's an Air Genasi cleric, so I'm doing Air Genasi cleric colors. But invincible colors would look cool on her. That reminds me too, I gotta let Honey know that the new episode of Invincible came out, so to watch it. Oh. keeping her mostly metallic. But I might do a belt. Belt to just because it makes sense. Also, Benny, I don't know if you saw, but they're making a Until Dawn movie, and it is nothing like the game, which is really sad. I had such a blast playing that game with everyone. Paint over anything that I accidentally paint too heavily. Let me see if I can find. Leather strap. Well, it could just be the edge of a. I would say it's a leather strap because I'm painting, so I get to say what goes. Also look really good in juxtaposition to blue and be a good transition into the silver. Oh. Good, I'm just kind of like bleeding into the model. I can just put it. Really a good delineation, which sucks. Okay. Well, if anything, I'm just gonna keep with the same thing I've been doing. paint it this dark gray. If I want, I can move it up a little bit in color for highlighting. Honestly, I think it should be fine with just this kind of dark gray. This back on there. And then going here slightly. I think the benefit too of this is if I end up changing my mind, the dark gray is still a good base tone for any metallic colors. Too. This leather, but not the front one. Make sure that that is more metallic. A good sturdy holding point that won't snap off. All right, now we will part. Now we're getting some dark silver on there to start the metallic color. I'm debating whether I want to do the outline of the. Might not look. A little silver outline on the cloak that she's wearing. Probably come back in with a darker or a lighter silver as we continue to paint her. Oops. Double oops. Double oops. Really want silver across the board for her, so we're not going to do any fancy stuff on her. Do a nice dark silver and move up from there as fit. And make sure any of the leather straps that she has get a good leather color on them. Oh. Work on that. Let's now finish up with this part. Ooh-wee. Gloves, I should say. I might do an insignia on the shield. We'll see how I feel when I get closer to it, but we might do it just for fun. That's mostly everything. I'm just missing a couple things. For a second. Good missing spots with this. Okay. base tone down for her now. A little bit of love. And I would just get new paint on the thing, but I just want to quickly get back to a dark tone. Make these like potion bottles. Three of them. She's got a good base tone down now too. Stuff. I want blue tones. I don't know how the dark blue tone. 2016. And we'll do some blues on the hair as well. Make sure it matches with the rest. Shadow at least. Oh. I do like that blue tone on the color though. Alright, and then just to test a theory. I think this will look pretty good, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm gonna do dark blue tone on pretty much everything else. Metal. Because what I'm thinking the effect will be is similar to that of like Nuln Oil. It'll give an oiled look, but because it's blue, it'll have that kind of blue undertone to it. Hopefully. And it'll look cool. Rather, I should say it should look good. Same color on the clouds over here. Hopefully get like kind of a stormy cloud look. I'm using the shades a lot more, and I still don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, I don't think it's wrong to use something that was made for a specific purpose, even if it doesn't necessarily mean that you're putting extra work in. she is going to dry now. Guess while I have this here. So many eggs, so many baskets. Luckily, I have a lot of tops that I can use to make this stuff work. So, because I like this color, the shade on the cloak, and because it's the same color, I'm just gonna make sure that I don't waste anything and use it on this other model I was working on earlier today. A little bit of that out. Overdo it. I still want it to be present though. And I still need to paint his hair. I was gonna do in the lighter brown color. We'll do it in a ruddy brown. Why is that one so empty? Oh, I used a bunch of it. Just doing a little bit of Tree Ancient for his hair at the moment. That's the color that I wanted to go with for it. At least that's the color I had envisioned. Bit of a light, ruddy brown hair. clean up anything that I accidentally missed. Honestly, probably should have waited to paint the. Oh, that was right. That was supposed to be that color. I should have waited to paint the eyebrows later. But it is what it is. Just to keep it easy. This. There. That darken up nicely. Just be and big. Warm skin shade. There's some. Now we let that dry. Take a look at our Queen Mother here. Okay. So what I think I wanted to do was, it's already such a deep color. So what I think I want to do is start moving up that family. Get to number 2. Where's number 3? Are these ones that are just all on the top? We should start with alien. Okay. So I had this idea to add some more color in her top by making some of it more vibrant purple. And then smoothing the transitions down with glazes. Afterwards. Works or not. It should. Almost seeing if I can get like a somewhat of like a pearlescent look to it. I don't know, just an idea I had. We'll see if I like it or not, but so far the color looks really nice. Might just stick with it. Remember, it's probably gonna look rough. But I do like this color quite a bit actually. I like the way that it's moving on the model. The idea was gonna originally be to just like edge highlight things, but I think giving it a bit of a, get some more like natural how highlights would hit, and then going back over it later with that same color to kind of bring it down, I think is a better option. Yeah, I like that color. It's just a really pretty, like, transitioning color. And we'll see how it looks once I actually start to work really delicately with things and make it look even better. Because I'm sure then it'll even look cooler. Yeah. To that point. And that pastel seafoam is perfect. That is exactly the color I wanted. Just to clean up some things. The ivory just bled over a little bit. Just go back over with this. Make sure it's nice and clean. Exactly what we want it to be. pretty high up on this family tree, but I just want to like if I just get it really high contrast and then go over it with the black transparent black paint or something of the sort, because this is supposed to resemble the night sky. I'm done with it. Make it super high contrast to start with and then work from there. I think will look good, but wait, let's see. Part of me feels like it would be giving off kind of its own light, so it wouldn't have these highlights on it, but at the same time, everything is lit in a very specific way, so. Yep. Plus, it's fun just being a little messy, you know? I'm just going over, again, just making like really good high contrast areas, not being too clean. Because I'm gonna come back over it with some kind of wash or glaze that's gonna just kind of smooth out a lot of this. But I want it to be intense in certain areas, and that'll be where the light kind of stays. But I want it to be somewhat present everywhere, because then the transitions will look more natural. At least that's the plan. Who knows if that'll actually happen or not. Kind of the same thing with the whole armor that she has on as well. Same idea. I'm gonna go all in on it, and I need to make sure that it's in the places that it needs to be. It can be harshest, obviously, in some of these places, but I don't want to overdo it too much, because then it'll kind of overtake the whole model in a way that I am not intending to. I really want it to be a somewhat smooth transition between these two colors. But I still want both of them present. Because I think it's just a cool tone. And what I hope to do is take the original color that I had for her armor and glaze that on back into the shadows and keep a little bit of this purple color up. It is present on the model in other places, but just for funsies. I just wanted to see how that would look, because it just seemed like a fun idea. I don't know. All right, and then I guess I can start to move up a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna do much more on the parts of her that are gonna be like that galaxy night sky vibe, because there's no reason to. If it's just gonna get covered, it'll have good contrast regardless. I think I'm going to leave that as is. Maybe I'll do a little test piece on her to see what it looks like. But now I'm just moving up the purple family tree, and I'm going to be more selective now in where this purple's going. Because as it gets brighter, that is the highlight tone. It's not gonna be everywhere. Just gonna be certain spots. More towards the light source. And a bit more selective. Where these colors go as you move up family tree or triad or whatever you want to call it. But this color is cultist purple. And then we might move up one more and do that on just the tippy tops of the brightest parts. And then glaze it all down and watch all of that work somewhat go away. But again, I just like the idea of this tone. It's like kind of purplish tone to mauve or maroon or whatever we want to call it. Just think it looks neat. Thank you. So this is the idea I was having of doing like a,
Are the wings gonna get more green?
yes, I mean they're pretty
That's
light.
cute. Yeah.
They're pastel seafoam.
Yeah, that makes
But that's the color that I mean
it's a lot more green. Lunar moths in person. That's like a lot blue toned and that's yellow toned.
yeah,
You
I'll
just gotta
switch
put
it
some
over.
yellow in.
That's all good. But this is the idea that I was having for like the armor where like I'm gonna move up in purple
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna bring it back down with like the
Yeah.
same original
I think
tone.
that's looking really, really hot.
Cool.
Hey there.
Thank you. I love you. Yeah, okay. Another invaluable resource when painting or doing any kind of art is a second opinion. And I value my lives with my life. So. Do a hodgepodge right now, but she looks really good. Alright, yellow tone green. Maybe I should just go over it with a different speed paint. What time is it? 45, 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. This is still very hot. I'm gonna give it a second to cool down. Take it to water though. I think shamrock green might be a good. Not bony matter. Ooh, actually, this is like. I think this might fit better. Let's try this one. Outside. About that is a little too dark. Ironically, that tone is actually pretty good though. I have, oh, here it is. Shamrock green. Oh yeah, okay. This shows you better. Shamrock green. Very, very much. This is the color we want. Nice and bright. And then we can move our way up with actual greens and such. Nice and vibrant green over our lovely little teal that I thought was going to work better, but per usual, my wife is right. I need more of a yellow toned green. I think it looks quite a bit more believable. She's a fairy, and it's this green, this nice vibrant green. Just got to be a little careful, make sure it's not hitting on anything that it isn't supposed to. I use a nice big brush for this, as it's a nice big area that we're trying to get coloured. Alright. That's much better. Now we do the other one. And then I think we place her down for a second. Let her dry a bit with her new colour. Get enough of it. I'm hoping I have. Perfect. Look at that. Now she's nice and vibrant. And I can actually work with that and move her up a little bit in color as I start to work on her more. Instead of feeling locked into that really, really bright. Have a more vibrant yellow green to work with. This makes her look neon, but I kind of like it. I think she looks good. Alright, we got about 10 minutes left. Way too wet. Need more paint. That's still very wet. Probably make her base that similar kind of idea with the night sky. Probably spray some of that shamrock green on the base blocking too, just to get it a little bit more vibrant, because it's a little drab at the moment, which isn't an issue, but I think if it's going to be Feywild, it's got to be a little bright. Right. I do like how she's coming along now. Along a lot better than I would have expected in my abilities and such. put some good work in today. There are a lot of things base coated, which means it's getting close to time to do some really fun and intense detail work. Did some more work on her, which I was super excited about. Yeah, all in all, really good painting session. Really happy with how today went. Got about 3 minutes left, but I think I'm gonna cut it just because I can. If I want to. I just don't have much else right now that's sparking my fancy in painting, which is fine because I painted quite a bit today. I painted for 3 hours today, which is obviously not much for some other people, but that is for me, who's been kind of out of it for the past couple weeks. That is quite a bit of painting. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me today. I will be back next week for more painting goodness. I'm gonna be painting stuff in the meantime off stream. Come back to it. Might paint some of that stuff on stream. Still got to start some good work on my Trench Crusade stuff, which I'm super excited about. Probably gonna take some time today to clean off some of the brushes I've been using recently because I need them. Or it's a good habit to get into to just clean your brushes pretty consistently. So, yeah, that'll be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. And if you could subscribe to the YouTube, I would really appreciate it. I also need to start doing the separate angle that I have for camera work because I think that will help out as well. Regardless, anyway, yeah. So thank you so much for joining. Follow the channel if you aren't already. If you have the financial ability to, consider subscribing. Don't forget that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe for free once per month with your Twitch Prime subscription. I would love it if that was me. If you'd like to financial support me in other ways, you can do so by going to my website and purchasing something on the website. That would mean the world to me as well. Let's see. What else is there? Follow me on my socials at Wheelers Minis on pretty much everything. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. A good weekend. And I will see you all next week for some more mini painting goodness. Good night.